Hey guys, good morning. It's Tuesday, the 22nd. It's the week of more. Um, Appreciate anybody that's here being here and listening. I'll just let you guys know that on Friday, I will be at Moore booth 264 with Midwest Adventure Outfitters. We will be doing a little live show slash podcast slash party. So go ahead and come by and see us. We'll be there Saturday too, not just Friday, but we'll be there Saturday too. So go ahead and come by and see. Secondly, I'm not a commercial guy, but guys, really, really, really go ahead and review the podcasts on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave a leave a review. It helps me a lot. Podcast's been doing really good, and it's because of you guys, and I appreciate that. But in order to keep doing this, just for me, just in order to keep doing this and staying motivated. I say it almost every episode. The feedback helps a lot because I don't have anybody, I don't have any brands, I don't have any sponsors, I don't have any partnerships that are kind of helping this thing go. So it keeps me engaged with keeping doing it and spending the money to do it because this is definitely a total loss for me. Um, Anyways, go ahead and leave a review. I will hopefully get a bunch of pictures with you guys too this week when we're at more to post up on socials. So can't wait to see you guys, meet you guys, talk to you guys. Come on by, have some questions ready. We're gonna do like a Q&A, so you can ask, whatever. Just get to know us, or overlanding, or builds, or gear, or funny stuff, whatever. So we'll be around for that and open for that, and I'm looking forward to it. I Last night I was watching Independence Overland's video. He's building a new Trail Hunter Tacoma, and which is a sick vehicle nonetheless. He's got a, anyways, doesn't matter. It's not the point. He's building a new Tacoma, but he found a couple problems, and he's like, man, I don't know that I got time. It's adventure season, it's adventure season right now, camping season, whatever. And man, I did not need to watch that video because I still don't have my truck back. And at this point, I don't even, oh gosh, I don't want to say that. Let's manifest that it's going to be ready before more. That would be chaotic. Woosah. Anyways, let's just hope it's ready. Okay, guys? Let's hope it's ready. Okay? We're going to just let us pray. Okay? Let's hope it's ready. But man, I want it back because I go camping, exploring, overlanding, adventuring, whatever. And like, I just haven't had it for a month. And it is wearing on me. Again, I've said it like 5 times throughout all the episodes. It's at Gray Industries Cruisers. They're working on it. I mean, it's not like what's getting done. A is a little job, and B is like I had an appointment. I literally was like, "Hey, man," because I just want it back I want it back in time for the real season. So I didn't want to be getting it done in May or June. So here we are, toward the end of April, and it's gonna be done. More expos just kind of icing on that cake, for lack of a better term. Um, so that's just what it is. But man, I'm really ready to have it back. And I just hope that happens soon. I'll be so happy to have that done, get it back. But yeah, it just hit me yesterday when he was talking about it too. He's like, man, I just can't. My truck's. He's like, I just can't, afford time wise to be screwing with this thing. I really spent the whole winter trying to get it done. He's alluding to this, not word for word, but just I spent the whole winter trying to get this thing dialed in, and now he found like a leaky shock, and he said, and he's got to deal with it, but he's putting new springs on the shocks, and just it's there's a lot going on. So he was like, man, this is I don't know. So I was like, man, I feel you like to my core. Although mine will be done, I'm being slightly impatient and I don't know, whiny would be the word. It will be done. None of it's the end of the world. If I don't have my truck for more expo, that's extremely unfortunate. But it's also not a trip where the truck is, I would love for you guys to see it, and I'd love for it to be there to, for the brand, for my brand, me, to everybody's like, oh, it's a real thing. Here it is. But it's not like we're wheeling, we're off roading, or I need it for any of that. It is quite a bit more comfortable camping setup for sure. But I do have air mattresses, Gazelle. I mean, it's fine. I'll be just fine anyways. No, any way we go, it'll be fine. So just ready to have it back. And it's watching that video last night. I even just went to bed afterwards. I was like, duh, man, I feel this in my soul. So ready to just have it back. I don't know. Does anybody else feel like that? I never have work done on my car. Ever. Like, I always do it. So, like, I don't know. It's like a separation anxiety, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just is weird. Not something I typically deal with. I just don't do gear work. And I have done gears in the past, but I just bought the gear set, like the third already made. And it fits in a truck. That was an option, but I don't know anything about doing air lockers, so here we are. I don't know a single thing. I mean, I guess I know about it. Like, I know what it does. I know I know basically how it works. I've never done it though. I've never wired an ARP compressor, so it just made more sense to me to have it done by somebody that knows what they're doing. And so yeah, that's just what it is. But man, I'm ready to have it back. I'll tell you that. So ready to have it back. I don't know. I might hug my truck. I've now been away from it this long, like ever. So, man. But I talked yesterday, and I've got a ton of podcasts out at this point. Like, I've done one like almost every weekday for over a month. So look back at the backlog. I mean, there's a bunch. See if there's a topic you guys like. Go listen to one. But I was talking yesterday about that tornado that hit. It was an EF1. They confirmed it yesterday. It traveled almost 7 miles, and it was 100 yards wide, and it was an EF1. So yesterday I was talking about wind speeds, and I was like, winds were like 70 miles an hour, but I knew like an EF3, it was like 150, 140. So I was like, it wasn't crazy, but I mean, our recycling center is gone. Like, and I laugh. It's not funny. It's not funny at all, but like, it tore some stuff up. It was EF1. It was a real deal. It really happened. Like, absolutely and completely a tornado. So my yard still. Oh, sorry guys. I slept a ton. I don't know why I'm tired. Probably stressed. But my yard's still pretty much underwater. A bunch of my coworkers said they live by creeks or rivers, and like they are way over flooded. Roads are impassable and stuff. Even last night. So hopefully today it's warmer and sun's out. Hopefully that can at least some of that can run on down the line. So that's what I hope. All the schools seem fine. Nobody's out of school. I haven't seen too many beat up cars or houses. I mean, it did tear some stuff up though. Oh, excuse me. God, I wish I'd quit yawning. So yeah, that's what's going on. That was real. That happened. If you guys watched the stream, you saw the tree that was just like sitting in the parking lot. That was crazy. That was absolutely nuts. That was just crazy. Just roots and all. The weather's so crazy, man. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of overlanding stuff to talk about because I don't want to talk about too much. Because I mean, I'm gonna spend 3 days talking to you guys, and I don't want to just be a repetitive, like a broken record. But one thing that I've been thinking about often, and maybe this resonates with a lot of people in overlanding. Overlanding is an outdoor hobby, quote unquote outdoor hobby, but really you're doing what I'm doing right now. You're sitting in a car a lot of it. I got to find a way to incorporate a like And there's people that do it, and it's not like rocket science. But like, I gotta start to incorporate like a health plan. I go so much and like am so and am subject to kind of the same foods and this and that. But man, I gotta get that locked down. My health is more important than that, and I'm gonna start getting old fast if I don't. And I don't mean like I say getting old fast, but like aging, like wearing down, like stuff's gonna start falling apart if I don't keep it together, you know. So I'm gonna start. Not gonna start. It's been in my mind for some time now, but I got to get it in. I got to get in check with some type of like getting some exercise, getting a routine for when I'm doing that. You know, I don't live on the road, but I I go frequently enough to where some type of health routine would make sense. I I don't set an alarm when I go camping, but again, I go so frequently now, like I need to put a routine in place or I'm gonna just deteriorate because it goes drive somewhere, you know, sleep, camp, eat, hang out, drive somewhere, stop, you know, eat, hang out, fire. That's all sitting mostly. Go to bed, you know, wake up without an alarm, get, you know, pack up, get in the car, and go again in the car. Still sitting though. Like I'm gonna have to start figuring something out, like whether I run a mile or something. I got to figure something out, or I'm just gonna get overweight more so than I already am. And by no means am I bad, like bad at all. For me, having been a trainer for 15 years and like being in extremely good shape, I'm bad to me. But but I don't want to wait till it's bad till I do something about it. So I've got to get some type of plan in place for while I'm overlanding. I haven't. Yeah, I got to figure something out. I've got a rack and I can hang all this stuff off a rack. Like there's no reason I can't there's just no reason I can't be figuring this out. So that's something I'm going to make a priority of mine this year. With my setup, not a priority of mine this year, like health. Like health's always on my mind. You know, not just eating crap all the time, but exercise more so. Like, how do I exercise while I'm camping type thing? And a lot of people hike and do, but like, I just want to like actually exercise. Like, my, excuse me, my exploration is by far the truck, and I like that. I have no desire to change that. So hiking's more like foot traffic exploration. I mean, actual just exercise, not activity. Exercise. Whether that, excuse me, whether that's push-ups, running, lunges, making a program, any number of things. But I got to get that. I got to get that locked down because right now the way I'm doing it is relaxing. But I've gotten to a place, you know, where I've made goals of I want to open up time and space and money, and so I can go a lot. Well, now I am going a lot, but it's a lot of sitting, guys, and I can feel it in my body. Like I have a desk job now, which for again, I was a trainer forever, so I was walked around all day, every day. You know, as a trainer, I was on the floor. Now I sit all day, sit all day. Then my hobby is this, which is sitting around a campfire or sitting in a truck. And even if I was to stand, I mean, it would make a difference, but it's not going to get me where I want to be with my life, you know? There's a saying, and I'm a guy, so if you're a girl, you know, listening to this, like, don't let the old man creep in. And I've been letting that happen for the last 3, 4 years, probably. And it's time to get my, you know, for lack of a better term, just get it together. So I've been thinking about that, you know, how I'm going to change what I pack and take to eat more, you know, less snacks, more fruit, better meats, you know, not processed. Like I love my freeze dried meals, and some are definitely healthier than others. But Naturally, because they have such a high shelf life. Excuse me. Naturally, because they have such a high shelf life, there's preservatives. So, and I got to get off of freaking these energy drinks and get to coffee. I did buy the Brewtech. What are they? Brewtech, I think. Brewtech. Uh, French press mugs. They're sick. So, but there's no piece of gear that's gonna get it together for me. Like that's a cool piece of gear, and it's gonna help me drink coffee, like versus energy drinks. But at the same time, like the action is what's necessary, not the cup. Like they're not gonna buy not gonna buy a fancy cup, and it's gonna change my life. Like I need to change my life and just have a fancy cup. There's a peek into my mentality. So that's just something I've been working on, thinking about a lot. Like as I do this, and my goal, maybe isn't your guys' goal, but my goal is to be full time on the road. Um, pretty much as soon as my kids are old enough to, you know, live on their own, which is, it is far away, but it's also not far away. Like I know how I can remember, like this is how I look at it in my mind to justify it, but I can remember, as many years ago I can remember clearly as I have years left till they're gone. So in my mind, I package it that way. Like 12 years ago, I remember 12 years ago, like super well. Well, in 12 years from now, that's where I'm going to be. And I don't want that to creep up on me without, working toward my goals. So I essentially am going to go on the road full time, whether I have a day job or not, work remote, whatever. But that's what's happening. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know what that looks like as far as 12 years ago. I've been doing this almost 20 years, and a lot of the stuff that's out now is new. Newly developed, I don't know what'll be out or what'll be the cool thing to have. Whether I'm doing van life or I got a more of an expedition truck or who knows? I might be on a motorcycle by then. Who even knows? I don't know. You know, but I do want to be on the road full time. I don't necessarily mean traveling all over the place all the time. I may still even be close to where I live now. I just am gonna be in a vehicle and not have a house. Um, I want to be camping. I want to have the freedom to roam and do that. But I do think about that. And the closer I get to that and learn new things and get equipment lined up, like as I get closer to that, like my health matters. So I've been thinking a lot about that. Like, how do I get telehealth going? How do I get an exercise plan in place? What's it look like? I don't have oven, I don't have an oven. I can't, what's that look like? How do I make food? What does all that look like for me as I move forward into, preparing myself? I'm doing it frequently now, but as I prepare myself to do it full time, what does that look like? Like, I don't want to get to a place like, and we all as overlanders, nomads, whatever, we can get to a place where we have too much stuff and then we downsize. I want to be in a place where I'm not going through that, learning curve. I want to have that dialed in a little more. Like, you got to pare down everything, like, and not to a minimal, well, maybe even to a minimalist level, but you got to pare everything down. Like, you can't just have a new pot and a pan for every day. You can't have endless amounts of clothes. You can't have 16 pairs of shoes. Like, you can only have so much stuff and travel a lot and live on the road. Like, you can only have so much stuff. You can only do so much. So I really got to lock myself down into a legit routine. Like this day I do laundry, this day I do this day I do that, or I'm not going to be a success. It's going to be way harder to make that transition in the next many years and transition as time goes on toward that goal. Because that's my ultimate goal, guys. I want to be on the road full time. That isn't like some pipe dream or something. I have kids right now. Okay. Before I had kids, I did different stuff. Now I have kids. This is the point in my life where having kids is what I'm doing. But I can't let my body go. I can't let my progress go to where my end goal of being on the road all the time um, isn't feasible. So, and that's the goal for me. So I think about that. Once in a while, I put more thought into it than others because I do have people in my life, that like having me around, and I think they get nervous when I talk out loud about it too much because they think I'm about to just jump ship. But just to be clear, like I'm gonna do that when it's time to do that. It's not gonna be before then. I'm not ditching my kids. I'm not ditching my family. Like it's just a life I want to live. I've lived that life before. Okay, like very truly, really, like not in a van, not in a truck, but in a camper. I've lived in a camper for years of my life before kids. And it's small. And I understand how hard it is to do a camper, like a fifth wheel camper, like a 20 something foot, with beds that are already out and stuff. Like I am completely and fully aware how difficult that is. So I know that going smaller yet has a ton of benefits for mobility, but and electricity and different things. You don't need hookups. You don't need some big truck. Like you're the truck and the trailer together. You don't need external power because you got solar and all these things. Like that's what again. I overlanded. I lived in a camper, kind of thing there, and so This is not a lifestyle that that I don't know about. But I've went so far the other way now from like I do this for my mental health and relaxing and it's a hobby and now I'm not I'm not treating it like a lifestyle right now and I need to make that change and that transition and like start to wrap my head around that, start to make plans for that. And again, I'm not saying everybody listens to my podcast or everybody that overlands or like that there's not a lot of people that have that goal. But I just want to be able to go. Like, I like sports, okay, guys? Like, I like sports. I think I've talked about that before. Football, hockey, overlanding, camping, whatever. That's like my jam. I just want to live on the road. Like, I want to go see, like one year, I'm a Cardinals fan, St. Louis Cardinals fan. Like, one year, I just want to go see the Cardinals play in a bunch of different stadiums. I want to go see state parks, national parks. I aspire to run some, you know, uh, some trail races that are all over the country. And I'd love nothing more than to 6 months before the race go just train where that's at. Um, yeah, I just that's the way I want to be. I was in the military. I lived away, very active lifestyle, very transient. After I got out, I lived in a fifth wheel camper. I lived in like a loft apartment, like above somebody, like in someone's house up top, like real small. Like I like that. I like my life being big on, like I don't like my life being big on stuff. I like it being big on joy. And what makes me happy is like going to do new stuff. I have like I'm ADD like that where I want to go see new stuff. I want to go check it out. Like I want to see, these baseball stadiums, these football stadiums, these places. I want to just anything. Like think anything you guys might want to do. Like I don't know. I want to see a concert at the Red Rocks. Maybe a bunch of concerts at the Red Rocks. I want to go to Baja and live on the beach for a little bit. Like, and that sounds like a dream to somebody. And maybe I am. That sounds like a dream, but that's like not a dream for me. That's a that's a reality that I'm going to live. That's been established that way for a long, 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 long time. This is not new to me. COVID didn't change this for me. Like I've been wanting to live like that for a very long time. So yeah, just thinking about getting my health in line, what doctors look like, what working out looks like, getting some type of schedule in place, like making sure I do whatever it is, X amount of steps or X amount of miles of walking and quit doing gas station foods, making sure I got snacks that are healthier, nuts, berries, fruit, stuff like that in the truck that's ready to go. Just paying attention. Like, it's real easy to sit in the truck, eat crappy crap, drink energy drinks, drink alcohol, get to camp, set it up for 10 minutes, get your chair out, sit back down by the fire for the next 3, 4 hours, cook some crap food, like, and I'm not talking, like, this is not a negative. It's just what I've been living and how I think of it now. So, just stuff I got to get in line, man. If that resonates with any of you guys, I mean, by all means, reach out to me and we can brainstorm. I would love I'd love to brainstorm with somebody else. I've been kind of alone in this forever, um, which is why I love that it got big. Because prior to this, I was just a weirdo that did this thing and truck camped all the time, and like was this middle ground between camping and homeless. So it's got a name down. It's cool. So that's awesome. Um, anyways, that's what I got for today. Just rambling, keep getting my thoughts out there. I finally opened up my brain enough last night where everything's going on now prior to the expo is just out of my control. So it's going to go how it goes. There's nothing I can do. What I can do is done. So I finally had a chance to open up my brain space to something other than just like, chaos, crazy, I got to get this done. It's just what's done is done. That can be done by me, and I just got to react to everything else. And I'm pretty good at that, actually. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow on Wednesday. It'll be at a different time, probably tomorrow. I'm not sure. Maybe I even take tomorrow off. Not for any other reason than I'm, some stuff's going on tomorrow that I'll be gone earlier than early. And I don't know that my dad really wants to be. I'm gonna be with my dad, and I don't know that he really wants to be on podcast. So, anyways, I'll catch you guys sometime tomorrow. I don't necessarily know when, and we'll go from there. Have a good day. I'll see you later.